All right, guys, we're going to talk about solving for y here. If you're having trouble getting this correct, let's start by writing the problem over to the side and then solving for y, trying to get y by itself. So this one's actually fairly simple compared to the other one. Subtract 3x, y equals negative 3x minus 2. So that actually tells you your very first point. We're going to go and find negative 2. This is your y-intercept. So that's your very first point right here. And then we're going to go down 3 and over 1. Down 3 over 1. And if you can reverse that, up 3 and left 1. And there's your line. So I'll change this one to make it not as big. That's pretty much it. So now I'm going to take a moment to solve the other one. 2x minus 3y equals negative 27. And similar steps here. Let's start by subtracting 2x to the other side. Negative 3y equals negative 2x minus 27. And let's divide by negative 3 so that you can get y by itself. And you get 2/3 x plus 9. So for that one, I'm going to start up here at 9. And I'm going to go up 2 and right 3. But that's off the page. So I'm going to go down 2 and left 3. Down 2 and left 3. Down 2 and left 3. Yeah, they just called you.
Can I have whatever we're doing?
Are you good? We're going to be filming. You got to... I'll tell you later. So your point of intersection here is right there. And that is the point negative 3, positive 7. Okay. I'm recording right now. So the first system we're going to use substitution. Substitution means I'm going to write the second one. But instead of using y, I'm going to create a space where you can substitute what y equals. And so that gives you 6x minus 7 in the parentheses. So let's distribute and see what we get. 6x, negative 12x, plus 14 equals 8. The next thing I want to do is take 6x and 12x and subtract them to get negative 6. And I may go ahead and subtract 14 to the other side, and that gives you negative 6. One more part here before we get x by itself. Let's divide negative 6 to the other side, and you should get positive 1. So now I want to go back in, and it says that y equals 6x minus 7, and we're going to want to use that 1 value that we got in the first part of the question. So 6 times 1 is 6, and 6 minus 7 means that the y value is negative 1. So your final answer here in green, 1, negative 1. So the second one, this is more for elimination. That means you want to start by multiplying by something that would help you get things to cancel. And I want to cancel the y values. So I'm going to multiply everything by negative 2. That gives you negative 10x, negative 16y, and negative 10. And now we can go and add them together. And so these eliminate. 8 plus negative 10 is negative 2. 8 plus negative 10, negative 2. And we divide negative 2 over, and you get 1. So now I want to go back into maybe the first one. 5 times 1 plus 8y equals 5. So I'm going to multiply and say that 5 times 1 is 5. And then I'm going to try to get y by itself. So I'm going to put my like terms together. And then I'm going to divide by 8, and 0 divided by 8 is 0. So in green, we have the solution 1, 0. Okay. All right, so let's talk about solving equations. So these are linear. The first one's linear, and the second one is quadratic. So we're going to say that this distributes negative 4v minus 29. Okay. So I want to distribute, and that gives you 5v plus 35. The terms on the left do not change, but I see 8 plus 35, and that's 43. Let's then put like terms together. Subtract 5v to this side. That gives you negative 9v. And so I'm going to keep trying to get like terms by themselves until I get v by itself. Negative 9v equals 72. And now one last step here. Let's divide. Let's divide negative 9 to the other side, and v equals negative 8. So there's nothing else to plug into because there's not two variables. So this is the end of that particular question. The last one is quadratic. When you see that quadratic term, you have to use the quadratic formula as long as it equals 0, which it does. So I'm going to use this formula to solve it. And so it looks like A is 3, B is negative 9, and C is negative 8. So we're going to start by putting it in the formula. Negative, negative, positive 9. B squared, B is negative 9, minus 4 times A, which is 3, and C, which is negative 8. Let's divide all of that by 2 times A, 2 times 3. So I'm going to let you finish that one out by yourself, and then I want you to show me everything that you can do on the back. This starts out with 1-step solves, 2-step solves, works into variables on both sides, and so please turn that in when you're done. Thank you.